Hi, welcome back to another week of storytelling. This week I want to bring you a story that states that God said, "Not in my church." And the story goes like this. The story centers around four deacons. And those four deacons that went to this little church on the hillside, they all want to be in charge. They didn't respect each other's opinion before it break out into an argument. Everyone wanted to control the church thing. They did not want to listen to each other and never came to agreement on anything. It got to the place where the time where Sunday school would start, they would not agree. They couldn't even agree on that time. The time when church service start, they refused to agree on a set time when church should start. They even refused to agree on when the preacher should come to church or how much to pay the preacher. They bickered among themselves about everything. It didn't matter if there were little children in the church. They still would argue among themselves, especially after Sunday school was dismissed. And just before Sunday school happened to be dismissed this particular Sunday, they began to argue in the church among themselves because one didn't agree with the other one, and the third one didn't agree with what was said, and the fourth one didn't agree either. So they stand up as if they wanted to have a fist fight. And there were the heat was boiling in that church. The little children stood back and watched in amaze. Couldn't believe what they were seeing. That these grown men were ready to fist fight. And all of a sudden the door flew open and there came this bird that flew around inside that church. That bird flew around 4 times in that church. And once the bird made its final circle around in the church, it flew back out of the church the same way it came in. Now, what happened after that? Each one of those deacons took down sick, and they died a month following each other. They fall down with a sudden illness. And then you know what? For a while, after the passing of those deacons, there were no more arguments in that church because everyone else got the sign what had happened. They truly believed that God said, "Not in my church." My church is a place of worship, not a place to fight or show your anger. So be careful how you enter into God's church. Be careful if you refuse to disrespect God's church, because God will surely and truly step in to calm the water. So until next week, I will see you there. The end.